Welcome to Aviator DB News Briefing. Today is Saturday, March 28th, 2026. First, breaking news headlines. Alaska Airlines Flight 1280 experiences landing gear failure at John Wayne Airport. In other news, fatal LaGuardia runway collision claims 2 Jazz Aviation pilots. Dash 8400 fleet developments span global regions. JetBlue A321neo returns to JFK after turbulence injures 3 passengers. Now for the details. Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-800 experiences landing gear failure at John Wayne Airport. Santa Ana, California, on August 20th, 2023, an Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-800 operating Flight 1280 experienced a significant landing gear anomaly shortly after touchdown at John Wayne Airport, SNA. According to preliminary data released by the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, the maximum vertical acceleration recorded during the landing was 1.71 g, which is below the threshold typically associated with hard landings exceeding 2.2 g. Incident details: aircraft Boeing 737-800. Operator Alaska Airlines. Flight 1280. Location John Wayne Airport, Santa Ana, California. Date August 20th, 2023. Weather conditions: remnants of a tropical storm. The flight crew reported feeling like a flat tire on the left gear following touchdown. Despite the failure, the aircraft was able to slow safely and exit the runway at Echo Taxiway without an excursion or skidding. The Auxiliary Power Unit, APU, was brought online to maintain emergency systems functionality without reliance on engine power. No fatalities or injuries were reported among passengers or crew. Investigators are examining whether a pre-existing condition regarding the gear trunnion pin, also known as the onion bearing, contributed to the failure. Investigation status: the NTSB continues to analyze data regarding landing gear mechanisms in this aircraft fleet to resolve the safety concern. A digital flight data recorder, DFDR, and cockpit voice recorder, CVR, analysis is currently underway to determine the definitive cause. Video coverage of the incident and subsequent NTSB report discussion was published by aviation YouTuber Blanco Lirio on September 15, 2023. Research findings indicate no news coverage or official reports match details regarding XYZ Airlines, Miami International Airport, or fatalities for this incident profile. The Alaska Airlines Flight 1280 event remains the verified incident associated with these specific parameters. NTSB. Preliminary report. New York. A fatal runway collision at LaGuardia Airport on March 22, 2026, claimed the lives of 2 Jazz Aviation pilots when their Bombardier CRJ-900 struck an airport rescue and firefighting truck. The aircraft was operating as Flight AC-8646 for Air Canada Express, arriving from Montreal when it collided with the ARFF truck on runway 4 at 11:37 p.m. The impact demolished the aircraft and injured dozens of passengers. The National Transportation Safety Board investigation revealed that air traffic control error contributed to the tragedy. The tower controller, distracted by a separate United Airlines emergency involving smoke and fumes, cleared the fire truck to cross runway 4 just 20 seconds before the approaching CRJ-900 touched down at 100 feet altitude. Despite the controller's last-second stop command and the pilot's maximum braking effort, the collision was unavoidable. The incident highlighted ongoing safety concerns at LaGuardia, where government records show multiple pilot reports over the past 2 years citing air traffic control miscommunications and near-miss runway incidents. The NTSB has recovered the flight data recorder containing 80 hours of data as the investigation continues. The controller later admitted on ground radio frequency that he had messed up while dealing with the earlier emergency. Global Dash 8-400 fleet expansions. South American operations Flytech took delivery of a refurbished Dash 8-400 aircraft in March 2026, marking the first Dash 8-400 operating in Argentina. The aircraft supports mining operations and was selected for its high-altitude performance and low carbon emissions. Australian charter fleet growth. National Jet Express added its 12th -8Q400 to its Western Australia charter fleet in January 2026, with plans to add at least one more before the end of the financial year. Asia Pacific commitments. An undisclosed Asia Pacific airline signed a purchase agreement for 3 refurbished -8-400 aircraft, with deliveries scheduled through 2027 and 2028. Operational capabilities. The -8-400 is recognized for its performance in challenging environments, short field capabilities, fuel efficiency, and low emissions. JetBlue A321neo returns to JFK after turbulence injures 3 passengers. A JetBlue Airbus A321neo operating as Flight JBU-9 returned to John F. Kennedy International Airport after encountering severe turbulence during climb that injured 3 passengers. The flight had departed JFK bound for Punta Cana when it hit turbulence during the initial climb phase. Aviation analyst Captain Steve, who reviewed the incident on his YouTube channel, reported that 3 passengers in the aircraft's rear section were injured when they were thrown from their seats during a severe turbulence encounter. All 3 injured passengers had unfastened their seat belts at the time of the incident. One passenger struck an overhead panel with sufficient force to damage the aircraft's interior. The injuries were entirely preventable through proper seatbelt use, Captain Steve noted in his analysis. While turbulence can feel violent and cause passenger injuries, it rarely poses structural danger to modern aircraft, like the A321neo. The incident highlights aviation's fundamental safety rule. Passengers should keep seatbelts fastened at all times, even during seemingly calm conditions when the seatbelt sign is off. That's all we have for today. You can get the latest aviation news at aviatordb.com.